Chris and Lisanne set out for their hike of the Panamanian jungle on April 1st, 2014. They even brought their hostess family's dog with them, as this was only supposed to be a day hike. So when the dog returned home that night with neither Chris or Lisanne, panic set in. It was soon after this that the police in the Netherlands, the girls' home country, got involved, but after 10 days of searching, they still turned up nothing. In fact, it wouldn't be until 10 weeks later that they finally got the first hint that the girls were even in the forest at all. A blue backpack was found along a riverbank. Inside, personal items, $83 in cash, 2 cell phones, and a camera were found. The backpack belonged to Lisanne, and it was with this information that police were able to see that the girls had first tried to reach 911 just a few hours into their hike. Lisanne's battery died on the 4th, so her phone was never used again. Chris's phone wouldn't make any more attempts to reach 911, but it was repeatedly turned on to search for service. And between April 5th and April 11th, Chris's phone would be turned on multiple times, but whoever was using it was not putting in the right passcode. Over the course of just 4 days, the girls had made 77 separate attempts at reaching 911, but had no service. They then looked at Lisanne's camera. It contained photos of their hike on April 1st, suggesting that everything was going as planned. But 7 days later, on April 8th, 90 photos were taken between 1 and 4 a.m., all with the flash of the camera on. It appeared as if they were still in the middle of the jungle. Some of the photos showed the girls' belongings spread out on rocks, and another photo shows the back of Chris's head with what appears to be blood leaking from her temple. The pictures go from picture 508, where everything seems to be perfectly fine, and skips forward to the first night photo at 5:10. These were taken 7 days apart, and nobody seems to have any idea where picture 509 is. It's speculated that this picture is missing on purpose. After all, if it were just deleted from the camera roll, police would still be able to obtain it. More searches for the girls were set out along the riverbank where the backpack was found. Soon after this, they find Chris's shorts neatly placed on a rock. 2 months later, they find a pelvis bone and a boot with the foot still inside. DNA testing confirmed that these belonged to Chris and Lisanne. Police questioned locals, tour guides, and other hikers in the area at the time, but nobody could provide any information as to what might have happened. And there was never enough evidence to ever determine a cause of death. To this day, the disappearance and deaths of Chris Kremers and Lisanne Froon remains a mystery. If you'd like to hear the full story or are interested in hearing about more unsolved mysteries, please go check out my podcast, Oddities on Elm Street. It's linked in my bio.